nominated for Coach of the Year this year. He finished last in that category. Not last, I guess he was nominated, so he was like fifth. A bunch of guys that were last that were not nominated. But I started to think about this. What would it take for Sean Payton to actually win this award? And again, like we talked about earlier with the Broncos being a top 5 team, according to a top 6 team in the AFC, according to BetMGM, I'm getting this off of some Coach of the Year odds. And right now it's Ben Johnson at number 1, which I think is very interesting.
Yeah.
What's he going to turn around Chicago in year 1? I doubt that.
Right.
Mike Vrabel is 2, which is also interesting. Same scenario with Drake May up there and the Patriots. Then you go Harbaugh, Carroll, Liam Cohen? Are you kidding me?
What? Duval.
Dave Canales is on this, and then you get Sean Payton. Canales and Payton are both at plus 1,600. Duval is up there at plus 1,400, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coaches in front of Sean Payton. Canales isn't better than him. Cohen's not better than him.
Yeah.
Vrabel's not better than him, and Ben Johnson's not better than him right now. I think there's fair conversations to be had between Pete Carroll and Jim Harbaugh when it comes to Sean Payton.
Right.
But outside of that, I don't see any of those coaches or being in a better position to win Coach of the Year. Is this just square biz, the league hating Sean Payton?
Yeah,
Right?
Pretty much. If those are the guys in front of him on the odds list, then yeah, that's what that means because as Kev would say, it's time to invest in Sean Payton, right?
Yeah.
I look at that list and I go, Sean Payton's better. The situation's better. You know, Mike Vrabel, and you look at what he's taking over in New England and how with Drake May, that might work really, really well, right? Really well. Not this year. Not yet.
Yeah.
They don't have, they're a year or 2 behind where Denver's at right now. So, yeah, Sean Payton should be much higher on that list and should beat out anything that Liam Cohen can do or anyone else on that list. And the Ben Johnson thing, I think that's just the fantasy football mindset of like, he's going to fix the offense. You guys saw the text I sent. Drew wasn't even offended by the text I sent about number 1 overall picks.
Oh, yeah.
In the draft. Mm-hmm. Like, you may not want to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Why? Because my buddy Chase Stewart, who's like one of the best, 4 quarterbacks in the history of the NFL in the Super Bowl era have been drafted number 1 and won the Super Bowl. Joe Namath, Terry Bradshaw, Troy Aikman, Peyton Manning. That's it. That's it.
Whoa.
So Ben Johnson is going to fix Caleb Williams. Yeah, maybe. But they're very unlikely to win the Super Bowl with him, and certainly not this year. Again, if we look at Drake May and Mike Vrabel being a year or 2 behind Denver, what's Chicago? 3 years behind Denver?
Right.
Seriously. So, yeah, it might be time to invest in Sean Payton.
Well, I wonder, too, like, what is this tied to? Is this tied to X number of wins? Hey, the Broncos win 12 games. Well, Sean Payton's going to be right back in wherever Super Bowl 60 is for the NHL Honors Award on that Thursday night. Or is it tied to Bo Nix has to be a 4,000-yard passer and a 30-plus touchdown thrower with less than 10 interception? And then that gets Sean into the conversation. So where do you tie Coach of the Year to? Is it as simple as number of wins? I'd love that to be the answer, but I think there's more to it than that. Is it as simple as their quarterback has X number of passing yards and X number of touchdowns? I think it's more to that, too.
I think it's more to, well, postseason success, but I know this could be regular season award. But
I mean, could I say, hey, the Broncos won the AFC West. Sean Payton, Coach of the Year.
Yep.
I think that's pretty fair, right?
Yep. Because even if KC takes a step back, and they could, they're still going to be formidable. Even though the Chargers choke, they're still going to be formidable. So if you in a division, and Pete Carroll's not going to be a laughingstock with the Raiders. We all can't stand the Raiders at all. But Pete Carroll, even without a quarterback, would make them somewhat respectable. Then they get they get Shedeur Sanders?
Yeah.
That's trouble, Mac.
Dude.
So if Sean Payton can win the AFC West in this AFC West, then yeah, Coach of the Year.
Yeah. All right, a few of your texts coming in about celebrity interactions. There's some good ones here. Again, throw your name on it so we can give you a shout out. Someone wrote, I worked on Peyton Manning's house, installed a new toilet. It was lovely.
Okay.
So did you meet Peyton or did you just see his bathroom and install a new John?
If you're Peyton, you'd probably want to oversee that, right?
That's
your throne.
Shake the person's hand. Like, thank you for the time, right?
Something, right? Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't leave that to any assistant or anything. That's your throne.
Probably
you want
not.
to make sure it's okay.
Yeah.
You're going to be sitting there.
Oh, now I have to know if it had a bidet or not. Rich people have bidets.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
Why would it not?
I don't know. I've never
You know?
used one, but I'm very curious.
It'd be like Randy in South Park. You want that Japanese floating toilet? What is it? The floating toilet? Something toilet?
I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the
So
name
you'd be
of
like
it.
Randy. Like, I want the best. It's amazing. Then you tell everybody about it at dinner parties.
Yeah. Billy says, this one's for Josh. I met P-Rod, Sheckler, and Nyjah at the Do Tour. P-Rod was super cool. That's Paul Rodriguez. Chatted for about 30 minutes. The other guys, not so much. Oh, that's kind of disappointing. Sheckler had other obligations. Sucks that Nyjah wasn't cool. These are like he just listed Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James of skateboarding.
Wow.
And that's pretty damn cool to meet those guys.
Okay, nice.
So that's awesome. Sheckler was on his way to being like the Michael Jordan of street skating, and then got derailed by, things that you can get derailed by. Chicks and money, It'll get you.
It happens, that's for sure.
Other people saying they've been around John Elway 3 or 4 times. That is awesome. Keep these coming in, man. There's a lot of these fun stories out there about your interactions with celebrities, athlete celebrities. 303-713-1043. All right, we got to check our X. What's on our timeline? Well, one thing we saw on our timeline over the